James, can you tell us a little bit more about the transfers we did? Why did we identify the players we signed?
Yeah, well, I guess firstly we have been pretty busy in the last couple of weeks of the transfer window period. I think bringing in 6 players in the winter, we reflect on it as a success. We feel as though we've done some really good business. Because I think when we reflect on the first half of the season, when we reflect on our squad, one of the things that we wanted to do was maybe bring a little bit more balance to the team with respect to experience. Specifically experience of players' careers, but also their age. So we have a better balance of age and weighted minutes in terms of their careers with some of the young talents we have. So that was one of the objectives, and I think we've done that with the additions of Brian Smeets. We've done that with the addition of transferperiode. We're really kind of happy with those transactions. Also, Alonso Martinez brings an added level of experience. You know, he's a senior international, recently playing 3 games for his international team. So those 3 players bring that kind of maturity and experience. But we've also added some young talent as well in Carlos Santos and Enric Ostrix that we're very, very excited about. So we're looking forward to see that blend and how that interacts with what we already have to kind of give us the extra little impetus on the pitch for the rest of the season.
Do you feel like we missed that balance before the transfer window in the winter?
Potentially. I think when I reflect on the first half of the season, actually when you look at performances of the team and the way we control games, we have actually shown quite a lot of maturity in the way we've tried to play, and we've showed a lot of courage in that. I think when you reflect on the results, we've maybe just been slightly unlucky, but also maybe in our match management at key moments of the game, we haven't managed to either secure a draw or secure a win. So, we sit here in January with 4 wins for the season. When we really reflect on the performances and really analyse the data available, we should really have won 6 games. So we're actually only 2 wins away from where we feel the performances should have taken us. Which if you add 6 points to where we are now, it kind of takes us a little bit up the table. So really adding the experience now should help with how we manage matches in those key moments.
What do you expect from those 6 guys? Will they add immediately some value to the team?
Yes, of course, and I think that's why we made the decisions to bring each one of them in, because we feel as though they can add value to the team right now. You look at the likes of a Brian, or you look at the likes of a Theo, they've got experience of playing in either the Belgium or Dutch leagues at the highest level, and already in the first couple of training sessions I can see they're not only training and trying to get the best out of themselves, they're trying to get the best out of the people around them. We have some senior players here who have been trying to do that as well for the first half of the season. The likes of Stein and Glenn and Robin and Kevin and Laurent, they've all contributed to that. Now they have some extra support in terms of those conversations. So I'm already seeing encouraging things in the first few training sessions.
Compared to the other 1B teams, what did we miss in our squad?
I think when we reflect on the way we've put the squad together relative to other teams in the league, we probably missed that age bracket between 25 and 30. When you look at the likes of other teams, in particular Westerlo or Waasland Beveren, they seem to have a greater volume of players in that kind of age bracket. And in adding Theo in particular and Brian in particular, we've now got 2 players we can add into that bracket, as well as the 4 over 30-year-old players we have. So now we have 6 players over the age of 25. So we feel that's a better balance now when you look at the rest of the squads in the league.
Okay, let's talk about the games. How do you look back on the past games?
Yeah, I think we need to reflect in a very transparent way when we look at, we've started the season with a young squad. We've given 43% of all our match minutes to under 21 players, which is the most in 1B, it's the most in 1A, by a good 15%. So, this is the youngest team in the whole of Belgium. So I think that's important when you think about the results in particular, and some of the performances. But actually, we've done some really positive things in the first half of the season as well. Particularly, the win against Charleroi was a really big moment. And when I look back at maybe some of the results that didn't go away, but the performances were good. So I think the last game of the calendar year against Westerlo, that was a good performance. Unfortunately, we got beaten on a counter-attack and they scored a goal. So, when I look back on it, I think performances, have been appropriate relative to the squad we have, and we've just been a little bit unlucky with results. So I think when we have a positive performance and a positive result next, I think it will start to change the second half of the season for us.
What can we expect of the remainder of the season?
I think with the addition of the new players, I think we can expect an exciting run in the last 10 games. We've set some targets for what we want to achieve from a performance perspective. We'd like to create more opportunities to score. We'd like to score more goals. We'd like to reduce our error rates and concede less opportunities for the opposition to score. And that's the focus on the training pitch on a daily basis. And what I'm seeing is a group of players that are very, very focused and train very hard in order to do that. And I think it's just being very focused on that and being simple in how we approach our messaging to players about what the key objectives are for each game. So it's coming back to the fundamentals, but I think we're all excited for the next 10 games.